Hello and welcome back to the fifth video for topic 2, computer organization, and we're going to be identifying the need for persistent storage. This is for the IB diploma in computer science. As you can see, we're on topic 2 out of the 4 core units, and we are in, it's just one video, this one, for secondary memory. Okay, we've done computer architecture, then we're going to move on to operating systems, and then binary representation, and then simple logic gates to conclude topic 2. Okay, so by the end of this presentation, you should be able to explain the difference between primary and secondary memory, understand the role of persistent storage in retaining data during and after program execution, appreciate the consequences of data loss and the importance of non-volatile storage. Okay, you can see here we've got an old HDD hard disk, one at the back and one with its cover taken off. See how it works in terms of being a spinning disk. So, overview. Primary memory, RAM and ROM, we've talked about, directly accessible by the CPU, but in the case of RAM is volatile and it's got limited capacity. Okay, secondary memory is persistent storage. It's non-volatile storage. It's crucial for data retention after the power has been turned off. Larger in capacity, but slower than primary memory. It's where we're going to store all our files. Okay, all our data, all our files, we're going to store in a hard disk or an SSD or the cloud. Okay. Consequences of data loss: importance of persistent storage in preventing data loss and ensuring system functionality. So why do we need it? Well, we just talked about it. Non-volatile storage for retaining data after the program or system is powered off, required for the long-term storage of data and programs. Okay, got an example here. You can see the mobile phone and it's about to go off, and all the contacts, all the files, everything has been sort of vanishing into the ether. It's disappearing. Yeah, this would be the case if we didn't have non-volatile memory, persistent storage, some kind of hard disk on the mobile phone. So contacts and files, as I just said, without persistent storage, data would be lost every time the phone is turned off. So can you imagine every time you turn your phone off and then turn it back on again, you have to put in all the contacts. It's a little bit like if once you start driving cars, or if you're driving a car, if you were to disconnect the battery sometimes, this might be older cars, but if you disconnect the battery and then reconnect the battery, you might have to sort of redo the clock, retune in, sometimes you have to configure the stereo system. Lots of things that would need to be reconfigured once the power has been turned off. So virtual memory, though, as well, uses secondary memory. We mentioned this a little bit before in the previous video. Virtual memory uses secondary memory to extend the usable memory space of the computer when the RAM is full. So if you're working on tasks and you're working on lots of multiple tasks, and all of a sudden you find that there's not enough memory in the RAM to run all these tasks, the RAM should, or the CPU should, be able to get some memory from secondary storage and make it work similarly to RAM. It would be slower, but it would work to top up the RAM. So the different types of Okay, so there are different types of secondary memory. Here they come. Got the HDD and the SSD. As you can see, HDD, the old-fashioned one with a spinning disk, still very, very useful. SSD is just a series of chips, a little bit like the USB flash drive, like lots of USB flash drives joined together. As you can see here, we've got a SD card, 2 gigabytes currently. Wow, incredible amount of space you can store on one of these tiny little memory cards. As I mentioned, USB flash drive. We've got the optical discs you don't really see anymore for DVDs and Blu-rays, rewritable CDs and rewritable DVDs. And then we've got some old technology, really old technology, magnetic tape drives, like a big set, and the floppy disk, which the floppy disk could only hold 1.44 megabytes of storage, compared to what we've got here, something that's a fraction of the size, holding 2 terabytes. This thing here, out in the sort of early 80s, yeah, 1.44 megabytes. Okay. Characteristics, yeah, we mentioned before it's non-volatile. It's got large capacity. It's slower than RAM in terms of accessing data and accessing information and writing back to secondary memory. And it's not directly accessible by the CPU, unlike RAM. So, data loss can result in system failure, loss of user data, or requiring reconfiguration. This is part of the reason why we have persistent memory. This is part of the reason why it exists. It ensures critical data and system instructions and all your files are not lost when the power is cut. Systems would be extremely limited without the ability to retain data long term. So issues though with data storage, obviously increasing data production as more data is generated globally, storage systems must continually expand. Yeah. Managing and securing vast amounts of data is obviously one of the challenges, along with ensuring storage is efficient, cost-effective, and scalable. There are advancements obviously now more and more. Certainly laptops feature an SSD drive rather than an HDD. Cloud storage, massively important at the moment as well. Data compression, both lossy and lossless, which we'll come on to in later videos, have increased capacity. Certainly when we're transferring data from one place to another, this increases capacity, speed, and durability. So innovations like DNA storage and quantum storage is going to become a big thing at the moment. Certainly with AI, combining AI with quantum storage is going to be phenomenal. And these hold promise for even more efficient data retention. Little cloud here where all the data is going up to. So in summary, persistent storage is essential for long-term data retention in computer systems. Primary versus secondary memory, key differences in capacity, volatility, speed, and accessibility. And then in terms of data loss, the importance of safeguarding data to prevent data and user data failure. Okay, that is it. But as always, we do have just one question this time. I want you to describe the role of persistent storage in computer systems and explain the difference between primary and secondary memory. And this will be for 4 marks. As you can see here, we're going to be describing. So ideally 4 bullet points, or certainly 2 bullet points that have been fully explained. Okay, if you don't want to see the answer just yet, pause the video. Otherwise, here we go. Persistent storage, secondary memory, allows data to be retained even when the power is off. 1 mark. Unlike volatile primary memory, such as RAM, which loses data when the power is off. Okay, so 2 marks there. So we're comparing 2. Primary memory is faster but limited in capacity. Okay, another mark. While secondary memory provides long-term data storage and larger capacity, but is slower to access. Okay, so we've got an extra mark there. So that would easily get us 4 marks for that particular answer. That is it for this video. That is 2.1.5. So I will see you next time. Thank you very much indeed. Bye for now. Please continue to ask questions, leave your comments, hit notifications, and please subscribe. And finally, if you wish to buy me a coffee, I'd be truly grateful. Please visit buymeacoffee.com/learning zone. Thank you very much indeed. See you next time. Bye for now.